Hi everyone, I am Deepa Thakur. In this session, we are going to discuss introduction of two-dimensional array. I left a discussion with two questions in my previous lecture. The one is how to visualize two-dimensional array and three-dimensional array. And second one is why we multiply the size which are mentioned those square bracket in order to calculate size of the array. I discussed those two questions in terms of two-dimensional array in this lecture, and also I will discuss more about two-dimensional array. So let's get started. First of all, the basic form of declaring two-dimensional array is you have to specify the data type, then the name of the array, and then these square bracket to specify the size A and B, where A and B are representing the size of the array. Now, addressing our first question, how to visualizing 2D array. Recall that a multidimensional array is an array of array. That is the combination of multiple arrays. And please also recall how to declare a 1D array. We can declare 1D array using this statement. You have to specify the data type. The name of the array, and just a single size you have to mention, and how we can visualize 1D array. This is the way you usually visualize 1D array. We image 1D array as a single row consists of multiple blocks, and number of blocks basically equal to the size of you have mentioned in it. If it is 10, there are 10 blocks. This is the way how we can visualize 1D array. Now, if we add one more dimensional over here, then it's become 2D array. But how we can visualize? This simply means we require 4 such 1D array instead of 10 blocks. That is 4 1D array which consist of 10 blocks each. They are quite far away. Let us what happen when we combine them together. It form as matrix, and the size of this matrix is 4 cross 10. It consists of 4 rows and 10 columns. So we can say that it is 2D array. 2D array is basically a matrix. Here in this case it is 4 cross 10 matrix, because it consists of 4 rows and 10 columns. This is the way how we can visualize 2D array. And how many elements does these elements consist of? 4 into 10 elements. That means 40 elements. So what is the conclusion? This first size means the number of rows, and this means number of columns. And in order to multiply the size of 2D array, we have to multiply number of rows to number of columns. In this case, size of array we multiply 4 by 10, which is 40. This array is capable of storing 40 arrays. And if you want to calculate the size in bytes, we simply calculate 40 into 4. I am assuming here the size of one element is 40 bytes. It's depend on machine to machine. Therefore, I multiply 40 into 4 and it gives me 160 bytes. So the size of array in byte is 160. Let's see how to initialize 2D array. In order to initialize 2D array, there are two methods I am going to discuss. Method 1. We can initialize 2D array by simply mentioning the elements in the inside these curly brackets, and this consists of 2 rows and 3 columns. Let's draw over here. Please note down that index always start from 0. When I am saying 2 rows, the index start from 0 and end at 1. And when I am saying it consists of 3 columns, that means index start from 0 and end at 2. And how the elements are stored in this array? In this array, the first element stored at this particular location. The second element stored at this particular location. The third element stored at this particular location. The fourth element stored at this particular location. The fifth element stored at this particular location, and the sixth element finally we get stored at this location. All the elements here will store in a consecutive fashion, but sometimes it is confusing. Here is one more better method to initialize, that is method 1, where we can initialize array in this form only. That is how we can visualize it properly when this is the row 1 and this is the row 2. That is how we initialize array in 2D array. Now, after having discussion on initialization, let's talk about how we can access 2D array elements using array index and column index. We can access 2D array element. For example, we can access element stored in first row and second column of below array like this. We have simply specified the index, that is row index must be 0. That typic the first row, and column index must be 1, that typic the second column. In order to access the first row, second column element, that is these elements, we have to specify the row index as 0 and column index as 1. Now, after having discussion on how we can access 2D array, elements, let's learn how to print 2D array elements. Before going to question how to print 2D array element, first we will see how to print one-dimensional element. That is, one-dimensional element can be printed using single for loop. Like suppose we have these arrays. This array which is single dimensional array. We can access the array element by using a single for loop, which is very easy to write by initializing 0 and then specify the condition. Here specify the condition I less than 10, because in this case the number of element is 10, and then this increment. Increment did. And inside this for loop, we will print the printf function to print all the elements we have written here. So let's run the program. First compile the program and then run the program. See the output. In output screen, 1 to 10 numbers are shown. Now let's consider our point that how to print two-dimensional array. That is, two-dimensional array can be printed using two nested for loop. In order to print two-dimensional array, we simply use two nested for loop. That is the basic idea. If I have a 2D array like this, we can simply print all the element using two nested for loop. Now let's see the output. First compile it and then run the program. See the output. Same output as we saw in our 1D array. But the process are different in 1D array and 2D array. In 2D array, the process of nested for loop is as shown. Now let's see the process, how this process work. In 2D array elements, here 2 rows and 5 columns. That is, here we consider that is 2 rows and 5 columns. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Rows start from 0 and end at 1 because it's 2 rows, and 5 columns and at first start at 0 and end at 4 because index start from 0. Here there are 5 elements that we are start from 0 and end at 4. Always index less than 1. The elements are here are 5, that is n value is 5, and index are always n minus 1, that is 4. 5 minus 4, 5 minus 1, that is 4. So here the first row is 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, and second row is 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So first we will check the initialization in for loop. I equals to 0. Here I and j. First I is 0. Here check the condition. I is less than 0. 0 is less than 2. Yes, condition is satisfied. So it's go inside the for loop of j. Here j value is 0. Here j value is 0. 0. 0 less than 5. Condition is satisfied. So it will print the value that is 1. It will print the value that is 1 over here. Again 1. Then the 0 become increment by 1. That is 0 plus 1, that is 1. So here index is 0, I value is 0 and j value is 1. So 1 is less than 5. Yes, condition again satisfied. So 0 or 1. In that element is 2. 2 will print. Again I 0 and j 2 now. It's increment by 1. Again increment by 1. 1 plus 1, that is 2 here. 2 is less than 5. Yes, condition is satisfied. So here it will print 3. 0 and 2. It will print 3. Then again it will increment by 1. That is 2 plus 1. That is 3. 3 is less than 5. Yes, condition is satisfied. Index 0 and index 3. Here condition is satisfied. That's why it will print 4. Again it will increment by 1. 3 plus 1, that is 4. 4. Again in 4, 0 and 4. I value is 0 and j is 4 in index. It will print the value, the element, that is 5. And again it will increment the value by 1. That is here 4 plus 1, that is here 5 now. 5 is less than 5. No, condition is not satisfied over here. 5 is not less than 5. So it will go out of the loop. And again, it will check the condition. Now, it will increment the value by 1. Increment the value by 1, that is 0 plus 1. Now, the I value is 2 now. I value is 2. No, not 2. It's 0 now. It's increment by 1. That is 0 plus 1. That is 1. Now, the I value is 1 now. I value is 1. We will go back to the second row. I value is 1. 1 is less than 2. Condition is again satisfied. It's go inside the loop of j. And again, the j value is 0 here. And again, the loop will follow 0. 0 is less than 5. Yes, condition is satisfied over here. So it will print the element 6. Now it will go and increment by 1. 0 plus 1. 0 plus 1, that is 1. Here j value is 1 now. J value is 1. Now 1 on 1. It will print 7. The element 7. Again it will increment by 1. 1 plus 1, that is 2. And it will go to the index. Go to the index of j. I is 1 and j is 2 now. And it will print the value 8 over here. And again it will increment by 1. That is 3. And it will check again. I value is 1 and j value is 3 now. So it will print the value 9. Again it will increment by 1. That is 4. And it will print I value is 1. I index is 1 and j index is 4 now. And it will print the value 10. Again it will increment by 1. 4 plus 1, that is 5. 5 is not less than 5. Here condition is not satisfied. So it will go out of the loop. And again it will increment by 1. Here I value is 1 now and it will increment by 1, that is 2. Here 2 is not less than 2. Here condition is also not satisfied. So it will go out of the loop over here. And it will print 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10 in our this program. So this is two-dimensional array. So what we have learned so far, how to declare and define two-dimensional array, how to visualizing two-dimensional array, how to initialize two-dimensional array, how to access two-dimensional array elements, and finally how to print two-dimensional array element. So these are two-dimensional array in detail. I hope you understood now two-dimensional array. If you have any queries, question, please write below in the comment section. I will answer them. If you like the video, please click on like button and share the video with your friends. For other topics, please subscribe my channel and click on bell icon so you get notification whenever I upload my new video. Thank you guys for watching my video. In upcoming lecture, I will explain you three-dimensional array.